10 seconds left.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Blast Slam 4. We've got MOUZ versus Team Spirit here. Anyway, down bottom, collapse, in with the shield crash out onto Celery. Celery, blocked off by the ice shots, actually cannot part through the gap between the trees. This collapse will get first blood with Chrysalis, gets the return kill. A 1-for-1 exchange as my FPS gets completely tanked as passive. As down bottom, Celery once again has to be a bit careful, spins out by Chrysalis. And mid-one also TPing in down bottom, collapse. To be a bit careful, there's another TP coming in from Yamish. This time the hook will connect and collapse should end up falling. Unless actually gets a 3-man shield crash. Gonna make it a bit hard for him to find the Spangle here, but Crystal is still onto him. Another Sprout will do the work. As mid-one finally picks himself up some urn charges to work with. He's about to spawn. Yamich. Oh, he'll find the hook out onto Rue once again. This time around though, Lal does get himself the region rune, and Rue surviving for now as they will find the Pudge the once. However, mid-one in some trouble, surrounded by 3 Spirit Heroes here. He will end up falling eventually. Lal still has got the region rune running, and he's got the raindrops to work with. Celery desperately trying to find the skill, but those raindrops coming in real handy for Lal. They block out the cookie damage, and Lal will still keep the region rune going. To spawn, Yamich is in the area, drops an observer as well. Celery's also going to show up. They really want to protect this Wisdom, but Yatoro is going in actually with the Falcon Rush. Lal now comes in. Raptor dance out only onto the Yamich Pudge, as they will be able to find the Pudge here. The snap dropping very, very low though, but so is the cast. Parry coming out. He's somehow surviving for now. And boom, out into the trees. The parry is going to get procced the shoulder side, dealing a lot of damage. And boom, with the Kraken Shell somehow surviving through this. As mid-one will TP in. Wisdom Shrine, I'm not even sure who is going to at the moment. As Spanto standing his ground, but okay, well, they did get the Shrine of Wisdom out onto Spirit, so they get the Wisdom Shrine. Two Wisdom Shrines out for them, but Lal will end up giving his life trying to find mid-one. Mid-one gets a triple kill. Absolutely huge. Oh, meantime though, down bottom, Chrysalis in some trouble, dropping very, very low, but the Sprout comes in from mid-one as he TPs in down bottom. Ultra kill for him. It's gonna be a rampage 7 minutes into the game. Oh, mid-one. What a perfectly timed pause as well by the admin. Oh, up top though. Hook out onto the Kez here. Yatoro still has the Raptor dance, hitting multiple heroes, healing himself back up for now. The one's gonna come through, but the Mortimer's kisses connecting, but not enough to take down Yatoro. Now the Ravage comes through from the side of Boom as MOUZ looking to turn this fight around, but Collapse is just rolling through all of them like bowling pins at a bowling alley. He has taken out 2, mid-one dead. Pudge dead as well, and now they're gonna lose Celery too on the Snapfire. Everyone from Spirit dropping rather low, but no one dying just yet. Collapse still relatively healthy though, manning the front lines as Boom trying to run away, but he's getting chased, hounded by the members of Spirit as Crystal is. Oh, he's gonna get Doe 1 to the tier 2. Collapse really wants this kill, and he will have it. Yamich though comes back, hooks out onto the Pangle here. There's the Ice Spot, buying some time. Yamich actually losing a lot of HP, but he drops the Blood Grenade and Collapse will fall. Midman TPing back in. If they could find Yatoro, it would be huge, but Yatoro somehow surviving. Gets away with the Echo Slash and the Grapple. TP out. Can they find him? No, they don't. He jukes them using one single tree. Yatoro's out. Oh, mid lane. Boom. Spotted out here on the Tidehunter, but the Kraken Shell active is keeping him going for now, although with 3 members from the side of Spirit hounding him, he still might fall regardless. The 2 supports are already dead. Boom to be next. Now Spirit outplaying the side of MOUZ here in the mid lane. Every single time, just bringing the numbers. And that's just what you have to do when you're playing against this Tidehunter lineup. And Nature's Property, just bring in the numbers, you start the fight. And as long as you start the fight with the numbers advantage, there's not much that the Nature's Prophet can do by TPing in. Oh, down bottom though, Celery, he has been caught out and snapped into Panto does the work and succeed this time. Lal a bit too early perhaps on the Vortex. Although Rue might be in some trouble here. Yamich finds him with a Dismember, but the roll coming through from Collapse, connecting onto the both of them, and they will lose the Pudge. Boom though, they're gonna be able to walk away. A lot of armor on him, so the Tide Hunter will get out, but again, it's Spirit finding the kills. And one up top though, has to be careful here. Collapse finds him, and you can't TP out of this one. He's got the roll up, he's gonna change direction, and mid one's gonna fall. A couple of kills going the way of Team Spirit as mid lane, Yamich gonna go in on the Pudge. There's the silence coming out onto him. Mortimer's Kiss is laid down, but it doesn't seem like they're gonna be able to find much on the side of MOUZ. Rue looking to counter-initiate though, and this time around he might have overextended. He will indeed fall, but they will find Yamich in turn. Omni Slash wasn't really flying through, just the right click, so Chrysalis still holding on to it for an opportune moment, but not finding it just yet. Lal pops the BKB, buybacks out from Yamich as MOUZ. They're considering taking this fight here, but Spirit doesn't seem like they're going to give it to them. In triangle here, but this could be problematic. Here fighting very deep into the enemy territory. They're dropping Observer Ward, they don't see much. But they don't know that the side of MOUZ, they're expecting this. Rue goes in looking for Yamich. Yamich brings up, but they're going to go for Seri. Instead, the 3-man stun coming in, along with the Ravage now, and the Omni Slash fly through. They've taken out Lal, they'll take out Yatoro as well. Collapse rolling through, trying to salvage this fight. They might be able to find Yamich on the Pudge, but that's probably all they're going to get here as Collapse got by the Dead in the Water. The anchor on his tail, he will drop as well as Spirit completely overplay their hand, and Chrysalis gets himself a triple kill. Mid one though, has to be careful here. Again, no BKB. He can very easily be caught out here. He's got no fear, but he should have some, because these two supports pack quite the punch. Mid one though, gonna try and turn him around here with the damage. Boom's coming in on the Tide, however, as Spanto drops the Macro Fire. The Dead in the Water is there. He's gonna try and deal with it, but by the time he does, he's already taken down. He's dead. And Team Spirit, they're gonna lose their position 5 here. Team Spirit, though, they're gonna get started. They're gonna try and take out this Jug the once, and my goodness, the damage is there. They will absolutely blow up Chrysalis the once, but can they do it again? Boom, still surviving. Ravage not up yet, and Chrysalis actually makes mincemeat of the Kez. Falcons, I mean, not Falcon, but the Kez is dead. Reminds me of a Falcon, though. Anyway, Dead in the Water out onto the Pangle. Yes, they will drop the Ravage, and it actually connects onto Lal as well. The Storm now bashed up by the Jug. Lal desperately trying to get out. It's a dieback from Rue. Collapse is dead. And oh my goodness, look at this. MOUZ, they're going straight for the Jugular. They're going for the W. There's no glyph out here from Spirit. Buyback's gonna come in from Collapse. Though, nice 2-man Vortex in from Lal. Rather, excuse me, just the 1-man Vortex. And doesn't have the Ags just yet. Healing one. Keeping the side of MOUZ alive for now, though. And a buyback's out from mid one as well. Looking for an opening. MOUZ, they will go back for the racks now that they've forced out the buybacks here. But again, there's no Rue and there's no Yatoro. So this is arguably going to be 2 lanes of super creeps, if not mega creeps themselves. In fact, it's not going to be mega creeps because there is a tier 2 tower up top. And Lal desperately looking for any type of opening here. He's gonna find mid one on the Nature's Prophet. No BKB at the ready for the Storm just yet as Chrysalis tries to go in on Panto, but the Lotus up, keeping Panto alive for now. Lots of control coming out from the Shakiro while they try and take down the mid one Nature's Prophet, and they will succeed. But once again, they lose Panto, and now MOUZ, they have decisions to make. Although in the backline, Yamich with the catch out onto the Storm Spirit. He's gonna fall. 3 dead for the side of Spirit here. But they will hold on to their base. MOUZ up top, looking for the final set of cracks here. Rue instantly heads down. He might be in some trouble. Has to be careful here. He does not have buyback. And he's dead 65 seconds. There's no chance for the Juggernaut is gonna fall, somehow gets off. The Swift Slash and he will survive, excuse me, the Omni Slash and he will survive as a result. The total are dropping very, very low. That Pyrrhic will doing a lot of work as mid-1 stands his ground, turns his attention towards the Kez. But while that's going on, MOUZ, they got what they were looking for. They will have Mega Creeps. As once again, okay, Hex is out, but the Lotus is dead. He's not alive against the Swift Slash. Chrysalis now trying to spin away as Yamage. Not too sure what that was going in, but the Dismember does not land. And now Collapse, rummaging through the back lines with the Rolling Thunder, trying to find these boats as Chrysalis still standing his ground, but Yotoro is in the bashes there. Another spin coming out from the Juggernaut as the Gez is silenced up. Now Lal looking to come back, and Crystal is dropping very low. Now he will fall. Yamage with the buyback shot in the middle of all of this will also end up falling, and so will the Tide Hunter. Mid-1's dead. It's only the post 5 alive here for the side of MOUZ, and he will drop to Spirit somehow. Still in this game despite being against Mega Creeps. Smokes out from the side of Spirit here. Yotoro, he has got the Divine Rapier. They're going to zip right in. They're going to try and find the supports first. Snapfire dropping very, very low, but the healing one's there. It's healing suddenly back up. This Macrophire, not enough to chew through the Snapfire. The Cookie's coming out as well as Lal zipping around, desperately trying to find a kill. Collapse is going to come in. But while this is going on, where's the Kez? What's happening to the Kez? Yotoro, he's dropping very, very low. There's the Ravage out onto him. Doesn't have BKB anymore, trying to spy, but he will fall. And that's the Rapier hitting the deck here. Crystal is in the meantime trying to make it towards that Rapier, but he's being controlled up by the rest of the Spirit. They will find him. Yotoro still down for the count though, as Yamage now looking to jump in. Will get it out though, as Yamage now looking to jump in. Will get himself a double kill. Lal, he could get that Region Rune, he could do a lot of work, but it's taken away by Yamage. Hook actually out onto both the Dismembers, then they will take down Storm, but the buyback's there from the Storm. Looking to come back into this one. Keeping on to the outpost. Panther in the meantime defending base here. While Lal trying to find Boom. Vortex is out, but reflected by the Lotus. He'll survive for some time, but not sure if it's going to be long enough. Crystal is not coming back in, but the Omni Slash, he's going to find Bango and Yamage. Oh my goodness, what a hook coming out from the punch. That should seal the deal here, Spirit. Taking game number 1 here. Hooks out from Yamage, it's completely wide. Once again, Rolling Thunder's gonna be there. Collapse is trying to buy some time. There's the Glick coming out though. It doesn't last forever, and Chrysalis just looking to focus down the Asian with that Rapier. They will take game 1. Team Split start grouping up as 5 and running you down minute 15, minute 16. Excuse me. Panto actually ends up finding Yamage here by the Roshan pit. Shove this in and make a move for him. So far though, seems like the mid lane is the one place where Spirit are having a very good time. 24-3. Oh, excuse me. They're also having a good time up top because they find the Kunkka. Mid one done with the urn, teeping down bottom, looking for Collapse on the Beastmaster. Crystallis though, he is dropping very, very low. He needs to get off the Jingu, but he will not succeed. The Sprout will keep him alive though. Soothing Saplings this time around and not the Nature's Prophet facet. So Crystallis survives. Oh, walking back into the post, that is crazy. Okay, Crystallis, he is... Oh, Jesus. Nearly dies there, actually. And Team Spirit... Well, you better hope that Yotoro is able to carry this game, because that's essentially how you're going to be winning out. Boom does have a chainmail and the Anvil Drum coming through, but with 3 heroes beating on him with the tag team, he's not going to survive. He will fall. Actually. Or the boots. Down bottom, Brew. In some trouble here. There is a glimpse available onto Celery, and he will pull back the Hoodwink. They should be able to get this kill. Mid one secures it with the last right click, and that should be his vessel done. Just needs 50 gold more. Mid one. looking to contest, and it will be him who gets that region rune pickup. Laldo going in with the Rolling Thunder, hoping maybe he can find this Nature's Prophet. As mid-one trying to make sure he gets knocked up to the high ground, but he's actually going to be pushed out of the low ground. Legion rune still running. He's got a ward if he gets a chance to pop it. Surviving. The region rune still going on. He will finally fall. But now MOUZ, they've bought in the numbers here, and Lal might be in some trouble. Has another shield crash coming up in just a bit, but he will die mid-air as Chrysalis gets himself the double kill. MOUZ bringing in the numbers. Yamage a bit too wide on the hook, but Celery, that glimpse does not miss. No chance for it to do so, as Chrysalis is going to get himself a triple kill. Really good start here for the side of MOUZ. Up top though, Spirit not deterred by the losses in the mid lane, gonna go straight back up. Try and find this Kunkka as Boom with the X, keeping himself alive, but Banto, level 4, so has the snowball, will succeed in finding him, as he also wants to try and steal the Wizard. All of this, it's actually been the Beastmaster who's suffering the most on the side of Spirit. Collapse was gonna get that Helm Dome up now. 3 points on the board, as have to hold on to that thought. Mid lane Lal with the amp damage rune. The Rolling Thunder not coming through, but there's a snowball save from the Tusk, keeping him alive. However, there's another stun coming in from Chrysalis, as the side of MOUZ will bring in all 5 heroes, and they will find the 2 in the mid lane. Spirit just not ready to play as a unit just yet. Needs some more time, Yatoro. Actually, he's gone for a lot of early game items. He's got a Wraithman, he's got a Falcon Blade. Now looking for the Dragon Lance, and then the Blink. Yamage smokes out from him. Invis rune picked up by Boom as they're looking to fight down bottom. Collapse, hit by the Static Storm. Doesn't get off the roar just yet, and Lal's still rolling through. Yamage is dropping very, very low, but Chrysalis in the meantime will find the Beastmaster. Can MOUZ find more though? That's the big question here. Lal X'd up, the Wukong's command will expire, but the chain stuns are coming in. The Spangle, you're probably not going to survive, as the bushwhack from Rue is a bit too late. And Chrysalis, once again getting involved super early on, and so is mid-one. Is looking to move in and see if they can set up a killer. In fact, it's gonna be the side of MOUZ who are early to this. Yamage spotted under the Watcher mid lane, however. Mid one, a little bit out of position. Ghost Ship flying through. A nice actually movement coming in from the Kunkka. Tanks that sharpshooter, roars out, but it does diddly squat as now. Lal out of the Rolling Thunder, caught by the Static Storm. The Kinetic Field also holding him through, but there's a snowball save. Panto from the high ground saves Lal's life, and now MOUZ might have overextended a bit here. Yatoro going in. The Melt Strike actually just deletes one of the supports. They find the other one as well, as Yatoro showing up at the perfect time. All the big abilities he used. All that left in this fight is to clean up, and he will do just that. Oh, MOUZ with the smoke up, they drop the ward, they see the 2 supports. Panto, though, are once again the worst target. Time and time again, he's been keeping himself and his allies alive with that snowball. Rue a bit off on the bushwhack. Boom, just standing in the front, taunting the side of Spirit to go on him, and it sets up for the perfect Wukong's command out onto 2. There's a Dismember coming in, as the Monkey Soldiers will take care of that Tusk. Lal dropping low, glimpses there. Collapse with the roar actually does find the Nature's Prophet, but do they have the damage to bring him down? There is no Yatoro in this fight. Yatoro has not shown up. Now he will come in from the gate, but it might be too little too late. Spirit, okay, well, they're starting to clean up actually. Yatoro gets himself a double, and in the meantime, Rue was able to find another. Not even sure if that was Rue or who the... Oh, once again, hooks out onto the Tusk. Yatoro, though, blinking in. Sister Shroud keeping the Fudge alive, but not for long. That item has been nerfed, and thank God it has, because otherwise TA players would be crying in a corner by themselves. Although, it seems like that is exactly what Yatoro is going to be doing. He gets fouled by the Static Storm, but the sharp shot out of the sharpshooter from Rue finds the Nature's Prophet. To come in and do much. Collapse gates up top, though. perhaps looking for an opening, and now Lal, well, he's gonna get started on to Boom. Boom is very tanky though. Crimson Guard and Plate Mail, as Yatoro tries to find him with the help of those side blades. Monkey King ultimate coming in, disrupting the side of Spirit, but Spirit, they get a fine mid one on the Nature's Prophet first. Ghost Ship flying through, but it's completely wide once again. It's Panto with the snowball saves. As the Kunkka will TP out, Celery will not be so lucky though, and Yamich, well, he will. He prayed to Papa Gaben last night, so gets away safely. Do it in less than 10 seconds, and that's the Aegis going the way of Yatoro. Instantly looking to make a move. Once again, they're starting off on to Boom, but this time around they might actually have the damage, although this time the hook is there from Yamich, as he recognizes that the Kunkka might die. But while this is happening, Static Storm gets dropped in, so does Celery. Both goes completely wide, as I have no idea what this Kunkka has been achieving for the side of MOUZ. They will lose Crystallis as well. And now, Spirit, they're just looking to clean up this fight. Yatoro blinking in, looking for mid one dropping in. There's a Nullifier? I'm not even sure whose Nullifier that is. Okay, well, that is gonna be another kill going the way of Spirit. Ultra kill for Yatoro. Oh, stolen Rampage, Drew, you bastard! Oh, Crystallis does not know. Oh, collapse though, off with the wild axes, but the swashbuckle does clip Crystallis, bouncing from tree to tree, but he will eventually get stunned. The quelling blades there from Collapse doesn't even need the roar. The nullifier comes in, and that's the kill. In the meantime, down bottom, they will also find mid-one on the Nature's Prophet. Bushwhack, Hunter's Boomerang, Sharpshooter. Looking for a bushwhack. He will find Boom on the Kunkka, but in the meantime, Yatoro has been caught on the TA. He does have the BKB, so could potentially survive. There's no Aghanim Scepter from Celery, but he will drop the Static Storm. There's the BKB and the Pike. Yatoro will get out of the Wukong's command, and he'll take down Yamich with him while this is going on. The Tusk, though, actually gets away with the Snowball plus the Blink, but eventually takes down to the Thunder Strike, as now Nullifier out onto the Kunkka. Yatoro trying to stand and deliver, and the Roar is out onto the Nature's Prophet. Lal now comes in as well with the Swashbuckle and the Shield Crash. MOUZ, I wouldn't be too surprised if they call this one at this point. I don't think there's a lot left to play for, as Yatoro will get himself an Ultra Kill once again. You know what, Celery, just buy back and give him the Rampage and then call the game. Just do it. And use it prior. It's now Collapse. Looking for the BKB. Oh, he might run into Crystallis though. A stray monkey roaming the jungle found by the Beastmaster. Although Collapse might pay for this one. In fact, though, it looks like he won't. He'll just walk away. He will lose the helm of the Overlord creep. And his Did one in the meantime. Oh, we're close to picking up that BKB. Oh, and oh my goodness, I literally just saw the Monkey King's health bar deleted up here, and I was like, holy shit. MOUZ, they're desperately looking for something here, though. Like, I mean, Collapse, he's gonna get the BKB off here, so none of this damage is gonna come through from the Torrent and the board. In fact, Collapse is gonna turn with the Roar out onto the Nature's Prophet, and MOUZ, I think this is the point where you call it. As they get nada on the map. They were the ones who pressed the smoke, moved out on the map, but it's Spirit who say thank you very much. For us, your dinner served on a silver platter. Necessarily had the damage between the four heroes of the Pudge, the Kunkka, the Nature's Prophet, and the Disruptor. Okay, well, maybe this is an opportunity as they find Yatoro with the hook and the Dismember. Wukong's command laid out. But he gets one shot inside his own arena thanks to the Sharpshooter and the Melt Strike with the crit. Lal with the roll-up just bouncing around as Collapse will find the Roar out onto the Kunkka. Boom is fairly tanky. He's surviving for now as the run buff comes in, but the GGs are dropped. Mid-one's gonna fall. And that's game number 2 going the way of Team Spirit.
Johnson here. Are we starting?
Oh, while this is going on, they actually find Huh? It's mid one. Another observer ward up on the high ground. 600 power room about to spawn. Panto making his way towards the mid lane. Lol, this could be a very hard contest, but seems like mid one's just gonna accept the kill onto the Clockwork and they will be able to find him. In the meantime, amp damage in the bottom lane picked up by Rue. So mid one gets something on that Venom. Not doing too well on the DK. Okay, another Gale out onto that Dragon Knight. The return damage is pretty good though, and in fact he's gonna fall thanks to the calling coming in from Rue. The amp damage rune was still going on, and mid one didn't really account for that. Crystallis has to be very careful here. In fact, he is in dunk range. I mean, the flare comes through and he is dropping low. Collapse knows he can find the dunk. Yeah, Crystallis is just dead. There it is. But survive. Will live, but just cost him that ultimate. In the mid lane though, they end up finding Rue on the Muerta after all. Mid one picks up another kill. And down bottom, Collapse has to be a bit careful here on the axe. In fact, Celery's gonna come in on the Pugna. They're gonna find the kill with the help of the life drain. This Crystallis kind of needed that, so a bit of a sigh of relief for him. He's going to be able to farm a bit more peacefully now. Gets that off. Could be in some trouble, although down bottom, Collapse. No TP at the ready for him, so he can't get out of this one despite the lack of stuns. As Celery, his life drain got shot by the calling, but they still will be able to find the axe. No deny coming through from Spirit. They will lose Collapse. And they're not entirely wrong. I mean, this Venomancer with the Aghanim Scepter and a Mantis style, he can do a lot of work. Eventually pick up the Skadi, get a lot of debuffs going, as mid lane Panto going to be the recipient of the Noxious Plague. Lal goes in, but the shield room was available for mid one, excuse me, and the Sister Shroud as well. Decrep keeping the Tusk alive as Rue dies to the Nether Ward. Lal's gonna take that one out, but now Collapse has tanked a Gale, and he's in some trouble as well. He TP'd into this one, thinking that it's gonna be a good fight for Spirit, but instead ends up feeding away his life. Now Panto nearly blocked off by the shards, but Celery is gonna be able to find the kill with the Decrep and the life drain. The Spugna doing it all for the side of MOUZ, and mid one not even bothered. Probably not looking for your tour, just looking to get this tier 1. Boom. Vlad's done, looking for the Pipe of Insight next on the Tidehunter. Looking to keep his team alive. And down bottom, Crystallis in some trouble. The call is there. Deadshot available for Rue. Oh, you bastard. Let the Collapse axe find the dunk. There's Yamich. In some trouble on the mid lane. Actually, the slows are there with the calling and the Medusa Facet, the Venomous Volley proc, so they get the kill, although up top, Noxious Plague dropped onto Panther, who hook shots away. But down bottom, Collapse, in some trouble here. Celery is going to find him once again on the Pugna. Boom's got the pipe done now, so you can probably take a fight. But before that, up top, the Venomancer in some trouble. Panto in with the battery assault, but there's Decrep and the life drain healing the Venomancer back up. Lal's supposed to disengage. Crystallis TP's in, and that's just Panto dead. Fed at the altar of MOUZ, and Spirit get the Tormentor. It's a shard out for Celery on the Pugna. Not the best shards, but better than nothing. But Yatoro, uh-oh, caught farming the enemy triangle. Or rather with his hand in the cookie jar. And it's going to be MOUZ to take him down. Collapse. Knowingly or unknowingly, bamboozles the side of MOUZ. Mid one though, spots out Rue. Dead shots there. They get control of the Venomancers. Yamich goes in looking for the snowballs here, but the stun's there from Lal. 4 stuff not going to be enough. Panto comes in with the hook shot, and now Yamich in some trouble. Trying to TP out, and he... Oh, okay, he will not succeed. Collapse just drops the dunk for the damage, and they find the kill. However, while this is going on up top, MOUZ, they are finding the tier 2. Closing in on that Aghanim Scepter, slowly but surely. Rue, in the meantime, trying to steal the enemy Wisdom Shrine, but Yamich is onto him. There is a Glimmer Cape available, however. Yamich As the sentry ward holding on to it will spot him out, and Snowball Cancel is going to be there for the TP. They will find Rue, secure their own Wisdom Shrine as well. And Boom's going to pick up that kill. 4 more points into the crack. Tidehunter is just one of those heroes where if you can just get on top of a Medusa and there's not much she can do about you, as they will find Collapse in the mid lane, take him down. Lal goes in with the BKB, but Yamcha is fine. He's got the barrier with the Glimmer Cape and the pipe. The Battle Hunger is taking him down still because it's physical damage, but he's okay. Aegis will time out, however. And Spirit, you know, they can't kill the Tidehunter. Instead, looking for the Venomancer, who is so close to finishing his axe. If they could find mid one here, it would be huge. Mid one, are his spidey senses tingling? Okay, Hurricane Pike is there. Dead shot, pulling him back. Calling's there as well. Panther looking to block off his path with the Cog. Boom going in with the Ravage. No, and Mid-1 will somehow survive. Gets the Noxious Plague off. There's the Glimmer Cape and the Life Drain healing him back up. And now Lal in some trouble. Another Anchor Smash. Another 4 stacks on the Kraken Shell. As MOUZ not caught with their pants down. And there was an Arcane Rune Ravage as well coming in for Boom. So really good for him. Calls out onto Celery. They'll find the Pugna. It's a little consolation prize here for Team Spirit, but what's the cost? Boom wants to go and he wants to see if he can try and find Yatoro on the Medusa, and Yatoro just barely tickling that Tidehunter, who is so damn tanky. And Spirit, they're gonna smoke up right away. You know, there's no Noxious Plague available, but Yatoro might be in some trouble here. 3 heroes on top of him, and that Butterfly is not going to help you do a lot when the Venomancer is hitting you with the Aghanim Scepter Septic Shock, although he's surviving for now thanks to the Stone Gaze, and there is the hook shot coming in. Although the neutral creeps with the Tendrils, they're gonna stun up the side of Team Spirit, but it doesn't matter in the end. They will still take down the Venomancer, although they've lost Yatoro. This Medusa is dead, and now Team Spirit, their lineup has completely fallen apart. Without the Medusa, they are not that tanky, nor do they have the damage. So it's just full retreat here from everyone on the side of Team Spirit. Or rather, everyone who's still alive. And it is Rue, but not for long. Yamish finds him with the Walrus Punch. That's 3 dead for the low price of 1 Venomancer. Yamish wanders into the Rosh pit. Okay, smoke breaks and Yamish perfectly on top of Panto on the Clockwork. Lots of damage coming out from the Tusk himself. The Nether Ward is what ends up deleting the Clockwork as he hook shots. He tries to get out of there as, okay, Lal in with the initiation onto the Troll. The Troll has the BKB, however, being called, being feared. Glimmer Cape's there, he's surviving for now, but now Boom is on top of that Medusa. Medusa trying to get off the Stone Gaze, but still holding on to it, Yatoro. His mana dropping very low. Finally, there's the Battle Trance coming in with the BKB, but Lal disengages tied to the Glimmer Cape, but it turns the attention towards Yatoro instead. Collapse, no fights, a very good 2-man call into the dunks. They'll take down Crystallis as Yatoro dropping low. He will ultimately fall, but the secondary carry is still online, and that's mid-1 on the Venomancer, as he is looking to give them all aids with a dose of cancer. Rue teeping out, but he won't be successful, and mid-1 succeeds. He has given everyone a terminal illness. Crystallis looking to move back into the pit. Collapses around on the axe. He is so low on HP. Roshan dropping low. Collapse looking to go in. Looking to steal the Aegis, and he will succeed! He gets the Aegis over here, but now the attention's on to Yatoro, who is rapidly losing mana. Glimmer Cape's out along with the Stone Gaze, keeping him alive as the Venomancer dropping very low. He will fall, and in the meantime, the Tidehunter and the Tusk are turned to stone, but Crystallis now coming in, slaughters the Medusa on the Troll Warlord, chops her down, and now Collapse walking away. Sure, he stole the Aegis and the show perhaps, but the win looking more and more like it's going the way of MOUZ. Uh-oh, Boom once again in the mid lane, finding this Muerta. This Crystallis should be able to make quick work of a call. Completely whipped on Crystallis. He does not get affected by it at all. Kanda with the Battle Hunger, mildly annoying the Troll for the time being. As MOUZ, they have the high ground here. Oh, the smoke's gonna break. Panto is going to be spotted here as, excuse me, apologies there, a bit of a cold, but they will find the task. Instant buyback coming in from Yamish though, and seems like everyone from the side of Spirit is getting a bit split up. Stonegaze is out from the Medusa, and damage still running, but not for long. It will finally tick out, and now Yotaro has to try and get out of there, but he gets stunned up by something. I'm not too sure what that was. That was the Ravage actually coming out from the Tidehunter. As Lal, with his BKB, trying to stand his ground, but against Chrysalis, he stands no chance at all. Will be taken down, excuse me. Spirit, they trade a DK for a task and a buyback, but not too sure if that's a worth. MOUZ though down bottom, Rue could be in some trouble. They did spot him under the Observer Ward, and he's not gonna have a chance to pop the Pierce the Veil. He will fall. Collapse. 1.5 remaining for Roshan to spawn potentially. Spirit. And they do the work mid one with a very clutch blink. Spots other side of Spirit coming for him, and the TPs are coming here. Boom. On the Tide is gonna get here. Yotaro hit by the dead in the water, but quickly takes care of it. Thanks to the high attack speed. Now the break out onto the Tide Hunter, but he's still very, very tanky, although doesn't seem like he's gonna be surviving for much longer. Another break comes through thanks to Collapse. They will find the Tide and the Tasker Spirit. This is the fight that they have been waiting for. Mid one getting controlled up here by the Cox Chrysalis. He needs to go big or go home here. Stonegaze has already been used as he pops the Battle Trance, but ends up going on top of the DK here. Although he is bringing him down. Collapse also dropping low. Thanks to the Aghanim shot coming in from Chrysalis. Satanic active, but he's not hitting anything. He needs to be healed up. Celery doing his best, but he will not succeed. They'll fight Chrysalis, and in the end, Yotaro is going to be able to clean this fight up. MOUZ, what have you done? Should be fine. Uh-oh. Chrysalis has to be very careful here. None of his teammates are around. This could be the pick that ends up making sure that Spirit make it to that next stage in the playoffs. But the snowball save is there for the time being. And now with the BKB, Chrysalis is actually standing his ground. The call's there, but Chrysalis able to disengage. Stonegaze perhaps looking to slow down the Troll, but the Troll is starting to walk away. There's a stun coming in from Love, but the Decrep's going to keep him alive. Nice dead shot, connecting on to multiple heroes. And while this is going on, the Venomancer takes out that axe. The axe just completely falling apart. And DK is also going to drop. They've lost Lal, they've lost Collapse, and it's all thanks to this man, mid one on the Venomancer, finding an opening in the fight. Look at that. It's going to be Aegis, She's Refresher Shard, and the banner going the way of the Stroll. The banner! He snatches the Aegis with the hook shot! Keeping Spirit Streams alive here in the Blast Slam playoffs. He will pay the price for this, but does he have buyback? That's the big question. Yes, he does, so he will sacrifice himself at the altar of MOUZ. But it's a sacrifice for the greater good. His Team Spirit, they might have lost Roshan, but the hold just became a whole lot easier. They're still perhaps refreshing. MOUZ, regardless, is gonna walk in, find that Millirex. Nice kick out though, coming in from Yamish. Medusa gets off the Stonegaze, but she's still hexed up, not doing any damage, now losing all of her mana. Boom with the Ravage. Can they find Yotaro? Yes, they can. Yotaro is down for the time being. 100 seconds, but he does have the buyback. Another kick coming in from Yamish as this man is playing football, basketball, and Dota all at once. Hookshot coming in from Pancho, finding two though as Chrysalis. He does not have the Aegis, he does not have the Battle Trance. He has to be very careful here. Glimmer games out, but it's not enough. They will lose the Troll here. Although it is a buyback out from Yotaro. Rue's gonna fall. Collapse is dead as well, but Lal, can he set up for more? Can he find more? Yes, he is gonna be able to. Yotaro with a triple kill. As Spirit keep themselves in this game. Well, he is going to be able to pop it, unless they turn him into stone. I don't know if Stonegaze is the one exception to that. Anyway, they're going to start off with the fight by going on to the Venomancer. BKB by Yotaro allows him to not be clipped by the Ravage, but there's still a second Ravage at the ready. He's going to pop it, but he doesn't seem to have mana. Finally being fed a Lotus. There's the second Ravage coming through, and this time around it connects onto the Medusa. The Medusa in some trouble. Chrysalis on top of her. And that's going to be Yotaro dead for 120 seconds. No buyback. Roshan potentially spawning, and Midone somehow lives through it all. He survived Collapse, buying back into this one. Panto on base defense duty, but from the Sveto. As okay, Yamich gonna go in there with the Walrus Punch, turns out onto him, but the Lotus Orb is reflecting back all of that. He's surviving, not for long, but he's got the buyback, so he's gonna come back for round number 2. The tier 4 still in jeopardy. There's Lullaby is back as well, and Crystallis is just laser focused on that throne, on those buildings. Collapse, desperately looking for the Refresher Orb. Boom keeping the backlines controlled up. Refresher Orb's there. Another BKB. Collapse gonna go in, instantly hexed up by the Venomancer though, and he's gonna fall. No buyback, Chicken is called, and MOUZ will eliminate Team Spirit here from Blast Slam foe.